Welcome to Focus Garage. Today we're going to talk about what we have done this entire year of 2018. We want to give you guys a little summary and
Year in review.
Yeah, year in review. And we're going to take like a couple weeks off for Christmas and some other vacation, New Year's, whatever. And we didn't want you guys to handle like what happened to Focus Garage. You know, I know we have a lot of followers, and we don't
All
wanna,
you 30 viewers,
yeah,
baby.
we don't want to, you know. We still love you guys. We want to give you guys a kind of like a
Closure
FYI,
to the end of the year here, you know.
something like that. So let's talk about you, Mike. What have you done in 2018?
Let's get started. What we've done so far this year. So as far as something channel related, Onder and I both bought motorcycles this year. We both got into riding. We did the riders course earlier. And then we got motorcycles later on. Big money balling Onder over here has got 2 motorcycles. And, I've got my tractor right here, which is currently for sale. I'm looking to move on to something different. So hopefully in the near future, it's snowing outside, but we'll get some new motorcycle content. I'm looking at a little bit different style of bikes, so we'll see that when that comes. And then I actually purchased my first house. It's a townhome, and we've been working on that a lot behind the scenes here. So it was new construction, but with that, there's a lot of things that we did. We painted the walls, new countertops, some different stuff, just with the garage setup and everything like that. So
And this was the first time you moved out of your parents, so you had to buy a lot of furniture.
yeah, and a lot of different routes with that. Searching for what's going to be the best route on where to purchase stuff and everything. And if we had more of an audience like that, we could have done some kind of like how-tos. Tons of building furniture, all that. But furnishing pretty much an entire house. From scratch, deciding on how you want rooms laid out, where you want things to be, all that. So that was a lot of time and money this year, so that definitely slowed some of the channel content. As you guys know, and Onder makes fun of me every time he sees me that I'm still driving the Jetta TDI there, and a lot of that was kind of brought on to me trying to save money to buy a house. So now the house is purchased, and I'm kind of used to living here. I've been here since earlier this year.
Got your financial situated.
Yeah, I kind of got an idea of what money comes in, what money goes out. It all goes out, nothing comes in. Got a good idea of how to budget things. So hopefully moving forwards, we can see another fun car on the channel. Maybe the Jetta stays, maybe the Jetta doesn't. But yeah, so bike came in, house came in, Jetta
What kind
stayed.
of bike is it? Not if people don't know.
Okay, so yeah, the motorcycle that I currently ride right now is a Harley Davidson Sportster. It's a 2009, so it's a fuel injected model. It's the XLC, so it's extra low and custom, so it's got chrome everywhere. Great bike, just one of those things where
Beautiful color, by the way.
Oh yeah, the paint on those bikes, I will give them that. Tons of metallic flake, very sharp. But as with everything, I get ADD with vehicles. So whether it's cars, motorcycles, there's so many different things to try and experience when it comes to automotive and motorcycle stuff that I want to try something else. So
And going to the Yamaha demo day didn't help at all.
no, absolutely not. And that's actually something I like to do, more in the future. I know we do have a lot of demo days that come around like springtime and stuff like that. So maybe kind of look through schedules, see what's coming, and maybe we could bring you guys some content from that, showing you like what to look for in the demo of a bike. So
Yeah.
kind of something like that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I'm missing from this year in review, but that's the major stuff. Bike came in, house came in.
What do you? You talked about what you're gonna do with your car situation. Even though I make fun of you with the TDI, I might be.
Best daily driver I've ever owned, actually.
Oh,
I'll say this. Aside from the one annoying ass rattle in the dashboard, which can be fixed by one bolt that's impossible to put in, it's probably been the best daily drive I've ever had because the car's super comfortable, and I made a whole 15-minute video on that.
Gas mileage on
Great range, great gas mileage.
Yeah.
Well,
kind of jealous.
great, I don't know, is it gas mileage? Just great mileage because it's not gas. Fuel mileage.
Oh, fuel mileage, yeah.
But yeah, so that car's been great. I do really like it, so I might keep it and maybe like buy something like cheaper, like not a project car, but
Close to
like
a
a
project
secondary
car
fun
already,
car. I've been looking at some Nissans, and I'm just gonna stop there with that. I won't elaborate on what, but we'll hint at that. But yeah, so let's talk about you. What have you done this year?
Well,
you lousy sack of a human being.
I did not buy a second car or a third car or change the Focus. I still have the Focus ST.
You don't want to bring the Rogue into the channel? You did.
I do have a Nissan Rogue that I did not purchase. It just showed up at my doorstep, and I love that car just because it's
showed up at my doorstep. I'm thinking like somebody delivering a baby.
You don't like Hyundais and Nissans. You don't buy them.
They just show up.
But we do love them anyway. Let's not talk shit about other cars. It's a great daily driver compared to the Focus. I mean, Focus is good. I'm not complaining about the Focus, but
Just wanted a regular non-highly
it doesn't
modified
get
car.
good gas mileage because of
The mods.
the mods that I have done to. I mean, even the stock compared to Rogue, it doesn't really get in the real world. To be honest, it doesn't get as much as gas mileage as the Rogue.
Yeah.
But and also like the Rogue has the great suspension compared to the Focus ST having a sport suspension. And we do live in Illinois, and
Bad
there's
roads.
a lot of potholes and like bumps and all that stuff on the road.
Yeah.
And Rogue feels so much comfier to drive compared to the Focus ST.
It's relaxing. It's
Yeah.
appliance versus driver's
Yeah,
car.
I mean, and I also, 6-speed is great, but having billions of gears in your transmission is much better.
CVT life.
CVT life. Besides that, I did buy a house, just like Mike, and mine wasn't brand new. It was 20 years old.
So rather than customizing it, you had some improvements to kind of do.
So I did. This was the first home I ever owned, purchased. I did live by myself with my fiance for a really long time.
No, I'm not his fiance.
Not Mike. Actually, over there.
Behind the camera, maybe.
Anyway, so I didn't have the challenges of having to buy new furniture, but I had the challenges of putting new flooring, doing the.
Oh, by the way, I'm gonna hit you up on that. There's one room that I want to do the same kind of flooring, and I'm gonna make
Okay.
you do it.
All right, yeah, I'm happy to.
Maybe we'll do a DIY video on how
Yeah,
to make it
so-
look crooked. No.
Okay, I did the entire floorings. We switched the floorings. It was all carpeting. We did bamboo flooring, which I highly recommend.
R.I.P. pandas,
Yeah.
man. R.I.P.
Oh man. Anyway, and then I did the bathroom flooring and all that stuff. It just like it was like an entire project by itself, and I spent countless. Like I spent a month,
Billions and billions and billions of dollars.
and also billions of time. I would work like till like 1 a.m. and get up and go to my
work.
regular work, and it was a lot of time consuming. And it took a lot of my free time away.
One thing I wish that both me and you did is we took a lot more before and after pictures,
wish,
especially with
yeah.
your house, because
Oh,
you both of us, we've painted pretty much every wall in our houses, but Onder especially did like new appliances, new flooring, so like it looks like a different house. Like
Oh,
when he moved in, I'm
definitely.
like I don't know if I would have bought this,
Yeah.
but now it looks like a home. Great improvements, and the amount of time you did it in.
Oh my god, yeah.
Kudos to you.
We tried to finish all that stuff up within a month because we had a 1 month like we were renting out a house, and then we bought the house, so we had like 1 month to move in, and I was trying to finish everything up, and every worst thing could happen on a first buying a house.
Your AC stopped working.
Like my first day gas leak. I had to figure out I have a completely finished basement, so there's you can't really
No
see
access,
the a gas
So you
pipe
just start
or anything
ripping
like
holes
that.
in his brand new house to find a gas leak.
Yeah, I started ripping holes and tried to find out where the gas leak is. That took like 3 days, and then I had to fix that. And then my heat stopped working, and I had to fix that. And then there was a lot of stuff, and it took me longer than what I thought it would be. And painting a 20-year-old wall is horrible, and doing it white is completely horrible. Let me tell you that. White does not cover. And
But we're
yeah.
not HGTV. We're not going to give you all
it's
the
just
details on that.
But if you guys a first time home buyer,
we can
we're-
make a video on that too,
Yeah,
like
we-
first time home ownership experience, and we can even make a comparison.
Yeah.
Where we did the $500 bike versus the $5,000 bike. New versus used. What's best for you? Because you could spend the same amount of money and buy something that's 100 years old.
but that's
or get
also
something that's
depends
brand
on
new.
the location of
Oh,
the house
yeah.
because. By
Where
the
you
way,
are to
we're,
work
like,
and
we're like Mike is like 45 minutes north of me.
Yeah, we live a good 30 miles away from each
Yeah.
other now, so that's
That-
something to keep in mind as
That
well.
makes a lot of difference in Chicagoland area. But anyway, that was my biggest project, and Focus took the back seat on the list of things to do. I still have a lot of projects to finish on.
What
the
do you want to get
Focus.
into in the Focus, just so we can cover kind of in the video here? What can they expect?
So in the near future, I want to finish installing the ethanol gauge that I have posted.
We've
2
tried a couple
videos.
times, and there's some little kinks we're trying to work
Yeah.
out. So we want to get it all finalized before we bring the final video to
Right.
you guys. So that way it's just plug and play that we can make it for you guys.
Exactly, and we're not making any money out of it, and so like the helping you guys is a great push to me to finish a project, but there's a lot more stuff going on in my life that I just like took a kind of back seat, and also weather didn't get. We're in winter time, and I don't have a heated garage yet, so that's a big issue. I do have a bike my first bike was a $500 cruiser that I bought.
Still have it.
I still have it. I love it. I'm gonna be working on that, get it more reliable so I can take a longer trips on it. And then my SV650 that I got later on, which is a naked sports bike, I love it. I love that more than I love the cruiser, but the cruiser is more for like having another passenger going two up. It's kind of sketchy going two up on a kind of like a sports bike. It's not that different. It's just not comfortable. And when the passenger is not comfortable, you're not comfortable because they're moving too. And in the near future, I want to finish. I have a couple more projects for the Focus ST that are like sub $50 to make it better.
Yeah, we're gonna lift it, throw it on some 35-inch mud terrains, and you'll send it.
Yep, off-road Focus ST
for $50.
For $50. And in the near future, I'll probably be driving the Focus less and less. I just drive once a week.
So I expect one thing out of that. I want you to turn it into more of a race car since you're going to be driving less. You can make all the compromises. I want carpeting ripped out, sound editing ripped out. I want you to be sitting on a milk crate that's welded to the floor.
Welded to the floor.
Plastic milk crate that's welded to your probably aluminum floor.
We can make that happen. I do want to turn that Focus ST into a race car, and I do want to take it out to a racetrack.
People in the comments be like, front wheel drive isn't race car.
But look it up. There's a lot of front wheel drive.
There's a lot of potential you can do with that.
But other than that, there's a potential of building the engine. I still have the stock clutch on it.
Once those rings let go, you're gonna have no choice.
Yeah, I still have the stock clutch in it. I think I have around 76,000 miles.
So still holding up.
Still holding up, pushing 400 pounds of torque since 2,000 miles. So
400 horsepower since like what, 25, 30,000 miles?
30,000. So it's on a daily drive. It's still okay. But once you start doing a couple of dig racing, it's doing a drag racing. It's like the third time or fourth time it starts overheating. I need to replace that with a better one. I also need to do the brakes. So I am thinking about doing the Focus RS. It was always back in my mind. I do want to replace the front to get the Focus RS in, and then do the if you're not familiar with it, Frankenstein brakes in the back to get bigger Focus RS discs in the back as well. So that's that for the Focus ST. I do want to buy another car, but money is the issue, like everybody else.
Maybe we can make the Rogue transform into something
else. I do want to trade the Rogue into something else.
Weird flex, but okay.
Weird. I do love Ford Flexes. We can make like billions of movies, billions of videos about Ford Flex. How I love it. But there are other options out there. I do love wagons and long roofs.
Long live the long roof.
Yeah. So that's me. I spend a lot of money on the house.
But similar, you're kind of settled in now. You have an idea, you know, the way things are. So
exactly, yeah. I do have a lot of trips coming up. Be going to Japan.
Oh, he's about to be JDM. So I'm hoping that I told him go big, you know, and rent like a Skyline or something while you're there. Just something you can't touch while you're here. So
yeah, I'd probably rent a wagon out there.
So maybe we'll get some content out of that. But one thing I want to touch on is, you know, we do have a vast means of providing you guys with content now, you know. So if you're looking at certain kind of like motorcycle content, car content, or even if there's, you know, house stuff out there, if you guys want to see some DIY, how to paint a room or how to install backsplash or whatever, you know, let us know and we'll try to, you know, bring it to you. But we just kind of wanted to wrap it
Everything I have done to the house was the first time I ever done it, and I was able to figure it out
through YouTube for the most part. So it's just like cars, man. You guys are YouTube certified mechanics. You can be a YouTube certified electrician.
Yeah, I fixed my own gas line. I'm sure his
house hasn't blown up yet.
A lot of people are gonna hate on it because I'm not a certified
bonded, insured.
Yeah, to fix my own gas line, but I mean, I
think of the money you saved.
Yeah, it was
think of the safety you didn't save.
It was a 50 cents part that they were gonna charge me $400 to come and fix it. Yeah. So I just went ahead and said, "Nah, fam,
I got this.
I got this," and it hasn't leaked or anything like that. So I mean, so far we're good. It's all about, you know, knowing and getting certified. Those guys are dealing with so much stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not shitting on them.
We're not talking anybody down. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing great work, and I'm not gonna go ahead and go out there and helping people out. I will just take my
for
risk.
yourself to save
Yeah.
yourself a little bit of money. You got to
Yeah.
kind of weigh out your options. You know,
Yeah,
it's out
exactly.
there for you. But yeah, I think that pretty much wraps it up for this one. So that's kind of this year in review and kind of what we plan to do moving forward into the next year. So we hope you guys have a great New Year's and a happy holidays. And if everything goes well, we'll probably catch you guys in early January.
Yeah, kudos to all.
Have a good
Love
one.
you guys. Love you.